that works.
There he is.
Yep. Hey, mate.
Hello.
All right, let me throw this build together, and then have you read the Friday facts?
Yes.
Oh, good, because I haven't.
You're in for some pain.
Oh, I know it's painful. I know that much. So that's output. That's output. You get your own hydrogen each. You get bad. Okay, take the whole machine then. It's fine. Okay, you can output onto that side of the belt. You can grab hydrogen from the middle. You input there. You output there. You're gonna input one item, input the other item, input one item, input the other item, output there, output there, input there, input there, input there, input there. Right?
You randomly made me think of Bender saying, "Hold on, I think I'm going to output."
Okay. Okay. It's broken suddenly. You really want Muppet for this type of Friday facts?
It sounds like a good idea.
Actually, it's not a bad idea. Do we have a Muppet in chat?
At least the second part, it'd make more sense of.
I haven't read the first part, let alone the second part. It reaches just, and tab to space them out a little bit. Okay, and then that's a output belt, which we're gonna run down the guts. That's the other output belt that we're gonna run down the guts. We throw
that stage of the game too.
Hmm?
We're up to that stage of the game where it's tower, and then spamming a build, and then repeat.
That's really where Dyson Sphere is. I know you're not a fan, but
yeah, it's pretty much all the game is.
then again, like Factorio is train station, build, new train station, new build.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's just one's a bit more interesting than the other.
Because it involves trains?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, these are like trains, but they're automated trains that just drive back and forth, and I don't have to program them. You could invert all the colors on your monitor. Would not help the images. What? We should get light mode for the Friday facts. Profile of my eyes, reading slugs of text like that, and manage about 2 lines before my eyes are seeing with dark mode. Well, that's why you get to listen to the Friday facts. Problem solved. Probably helps if I set the output belts. Okay, so you're gonna be one item, you'll be the other item, you'll be one item.
Do you know the only reason dark mode exists is because of the modern monitors that have light of 1,000 suns of brightness?
No, it was originally it was a university project. You have 2 hydrogen belts. Why do you have 2 hydrogen belts? Because I was meant to have... No? You don't have 2 hydrogen belts. It was a university project. Somebody did... Somebody worked out how much power was being used by the average computer bringing up Google all the time. Because Google is just nothing but white screen. So then they invented Google Dark Mode, which was like darkgoogle.com or some crap like that. And blind the rest of us watchers? Yes.
Blanking the CRT saved the CRT from burn-in. It means you're not scanning anything. Or you're scanning, you're always scanning, but it's not scanning white, which means it's throwing as much possible at it.
Yeah, but CRTs... Like, they had burn-in and no disagree, but it wasn't really that bad. It didn't really happen that often. Right.
I've seen some examples.
I've seen examples too. I've seen examples of start menus that are permanently on the screen no matter what.
I've seen custom software burnt in.
Yeah, that too. Custom software.
They displayed that for 20 years.
Probably the worst. But yeah, it's 20 years. Who cares?
Old monitor has Windows 10 taskbar burnt into it, which is kind of impressive. considering that it used to only display the Windows 7. Like, most of its life was spent displaying Windows 7 taskbar.
Yeah, you probably find there's a lot of overlap between the two of them.
Yeah, pretty much. And only really shows up on green.
But yeah, dark mode was a couple of uni students looking for the, that end of year project, something impressive.
Yes, and for OLEDs, it saves a lot of power. Doesn't change anything for LCDs.
No, because I got the backlight.
Yes, but actually, dark mode hurts LCDs because that's the most work that it has to do.
Oh, it's going to change all the pixels to block everything.
Yeah.
Pretty sure dark mode saved power back in the day of CRTs. It wasn't around with web.
Well, technically they were, because DOS was dark mode.
Sure. It was around in the CRT era, but by then LCDs were fairly common as well.
Screensavers to stop the burn-in was more of a thing.
Yeah. My
Or
shoes
those-
say
do you remember
11. Oh, okay.
Do you remember the anti-glare shields that people used to put on screens?
Oh, the piece of glass.
Yeah, the big piece of glass that made it impossible to see the screen.
Yeah, because it had so much glare in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
It was supposed to save your eyes by reducing the glare, but just made it really hard to see anything.
Yep. Alright. Guess I need to do some Friday facts.
Yeah, we'll get it out of the way. You wanted early, so there we go.
Something,
It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
flying toasters. I don't think I said early.
Well, it makes up for you last week. Actually, make it up for last week, but I have to do it at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I was awake. Where were you, Mojo?
Not awake.
As if I get through the Friday facts. Got one of those, it tickles. I don't know why.
Ah, one of those. In answer to the question, it's going to be one of those from tomorrow onwards, whenever.
What? What was the question?
Streaming schedule.
You streaming schedule?
Yeah.
No,
I haven't had one for like the last month.
I don't think Mojo's even got a shout out because chat's shit.
One job.
When do you return to streaming again? Well, he's got Christmas break, right?
Yeah. As I say, I don't know what's happening on Sunday, Monday. Exactly. And then
All right.
just do whatever.
Alright, so those are here for Dyson Sphere. We're going to go back to Dyson Sphere very shortly. Myself and Mojo chat about the Friday facts. Once a week when they come out, the video goes up to YouTube. I'm not shit, I'm just slow. Thanks, chat. We were saying Mojo was shit. Not you for a change. They go up to my YouTube channel, and yes, we record these. Generally, they now happen whilst I'm streaming because I'm awake, and Mojo wanders in somewhere between crack of dawn and 8 PM, it turns out. Wife is once again complaining about the location of the cat, and once again reminding her. What?
Oh, you're also having...
Once again complaining about the location of the cat, and once again reminding her he is 20 pounds and can be yeeted. Okay. Okay. Where did you yeet the cat? Did the cat deserve it? Remove cable management? No, because it makes it much easier when I need to find where to start the cut. I have a slice across my foot from when I went to bed last night and a cat decided to come charging in like he was being chased by a cucumber. He did deserve it. He was chewing on her tablet wires. Well, Hex, no, cat didn't deserve it. Her wires need to be chewed on So then it's broken, and then you can say, well, I was gonna yeet the cat, but I get in trouble. Get the timestamp adding work on again, Jetty, it helps more. It works in theory. Alright. And it means I just scan through it and just look for when the things go away.
When Dyson Sphere turns into cable management.
No, when cable management disappears, that's when the start of the Friday Facts is. I actually put the slice in. He's being punished with cuddles now. Oh my god!
Navigate, find it.
As I was saying, can't use marker. No, because they apply to the stream, not to the recording. So last night went to bed. Cat came flying into the room like it was being chased by a cucumber. Anybody who has a cat will get that reference 100%. And decided to jump up on the bed. At the same time, ripped a hole in my foot because, of course, rather than, putting the paws on the whole king-size bed, happens to land 1 foot into my foot and drew blood, the little shit. So then after doing a lap around the bed, decided to lay down beside my feet, which means the cat promptly ended up on the floor. Gently, I promise. Used to have a cat, but no idea of the cucumber. Have you ever dropped a cucumber near a cat? They seem to jump. I don't know why. Ow, orange is defective. He's not scared of cucumbers or snakes. He tried to eat our python. There are YouTube videos where cats are afraid of cucumbers. If cucumbers fail, ball of aluminium alfoil, for some reason, works wonders. Alright, so this is map generation.
Yes.
You've read this. Noise. You've read this. Is this actually interesting?
Kinda.
Alright.
The second bit. There's the second half. Not
Hence
really.
my Muppet. Well,
yeah, the handball. I mean, the map generation C++ stuff is. Like there's a lot of acronyms and big words and. There's a Christmas tree at the bottom.
Yeah, I already saved that image. Crap.
The answer is it got 18.35 milliseconds down to 2.83 milliseconds. That was a Pirate Linus. No, I think that was a Busty Velma. I didn't quite catch it. Because of course it is, because that's a short.
That's a really slow old intro. That needs to be cut.
The following video has been approved by the...
Oh, no, it was padded.
Went all through the
It
land.
was added for padding.
The video has been rated JD.
Wow, that's a very 2012 thing to do.
'Twas the night
Having
before
like,
Christmas.
was that 10 seconds?
Went all through the land.
12.
Not a
20.
machine
12,
was
yep.
whirring. Not a single inserter hand.
This is my... So this is my Jetty Plays Raw account, which is anytime I'm searching for things to add to videos, it happens in this browser. So this is full of all sorts of crap.
Melters were stocked, full of coal with care, in hopes of stacks of ore would soon be there. The robots were all nested, all
Got
snug
the old
in their
mouse cursor
ports,
slowly panning.
with visions of deliveries, goods of all sorts. My friend with their gun, and I with my axe, were scouting
So-
out spawners.
Yeah. Night before Factorio, which needs a new thumbnail. So yeah, I already stole the Christmas tree at the bottom to replace this thumbnail. Because it's fitting. Alright, Pested Mojo. Oh god, I'm gonna be so fucked with both of you there. Pested Muppet. Waiting on an answer. Alright. So noise.
Yep.
High level noise.
Yes.
Map
Game
gen.
uses noise to do things.
Wait, man, when make your world in Factorio, you need to decide what gets placed where. All you have to do is work out what the X and Y position. Stranger can't know anything about what's already placed. Somehow you need some code that converts X and Y into tile to place, which trees, rocks, resources, decoratives, cliffs, enemies place. Oh, Muppet's answer is I don't understand that one. Okay. Middle map where X and Y are both 0 is the origin starting position. We always want this to be learned, otherwise you're stuck in water. Calculate distance for origin to get a distance cone. Use to make a circular island where everything above some value is land, otherwise it's water. Okay.
So that stops the starter island.
Yes. So to inverse the distance, land gets lower away from the origin. We add 100, so the origin is above 0. Okay. Don't always need to change the probability of both tiles at once. We only need to make sure that the tile we want has the most influence for where we want it. For example, land could always have a weight of 1, then water would just have a weight higher than 1. We want water up here. Add the values of X and Y before it goes in the distance function, then it shifts the cone to a different position. Offset cones we use to make new islands. Add to a section of existing land or invert the cone to take chunks out of an island. Okay, sure.
Loading.
I'm with you. I have come up entirely on the second half of it and stopped reading. Oh, okay. Muppet read the first half and quit.
Ah.
JD's brain is about to execute an illegal function and blue screen. Hey!
I mean, this will be entertaining.
Yeah, this does have 3 JDs at once. I don't know where it is in the poem.
Past JD, present JD, future JD.
So that
and
JD's
editor
brain's got a
JD.
seg fault.
4 JDs. 4 JDs.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I read it pretty understandable for me. Well then, why the hell are you giving me crap? You can understand it, should be easy. We have mostly asterisk operators like absolute value, modus, exponential, trigonometry functions. Trigonometry functions can be used to rotate positions instead of just using offsets. The main trick to studying area Vulcanus. Vulcanus. It's like
Gotta
Uranus.
emphasize the anus.
No, it's like Uranus. It's gonna be subtle. It's a subtle bit of anus.
Subtle anus, you
Yeah,
say?
yeah, subtle anus. Yep. And what's coming, and I not miss this for anything. Okay. That's right. That's right. Size promised me next time he's visiting Woo. Okay, he's gonna take me along in a suitcase. Chain this operation together for tests like A plus B times C. We can also make the noise expression reference the output of another one. Test 1 times 2. Okay. Great for natural landscapes. For that, we wanted something else. The noise part. Train generation. Does noise not mean sound? Just means random numbers. Make random numbers. The most basic setup is generate completely random numbers every time you need one. This is called incoherent noise. There's no point has any relation to any other point. If you zoom in, you just get more complete randomness, so the usefulness is quite limited. Coherent noise is different. It makes good use of the X and Y coordinates, so nearby positions can have similar values. This means move our landscape, things change smoothly and coherently. Main coherent noise is a bias noise, a Perlin style noise from Friday Facts 112. Quick refresher.
It's a very old one.
God!
It's 2015.
So I've read
FFFs
this.
We're this short regularly.
This will be fire and electricity for now. Some basic beam particle explosions coming later. Preview the power switch. Power switch! Power switch got lightning running through it.
Ooh, 2015, 11. I don't even remember. Oh, that was before I started playing, but I didn't even realize Power Switch went that far back.
Yeah, it's been around
It's a
for
12
ages.
It's true on most things.
I had to look up some
Been
maths
for
and some
ages.
CS things, but I kind of follow it. And I'm boring, I'm not shitty. I'm not going to be fun watching me read the Friday Facts and not struggling. Like I crammed the power switch at the end. Going a bit too fast, can you go a bit slower? I will when we actually do a recording. uses an approximate feature size. If you zoom out, it's distinguishable from incoherent noise, but if you zoom in, making features larger, then everything keeps running smoothly until it's almost flat. So it's what am I thinking of? It's a Photoshop tool that you use.
Fractal?
No, it's a Photoshop tool that you use.
Zoom and enhance?
No. But funnily enough, I couldn't find a good video of that meme when I needed one. Proofreading this one is extremely logical and same decision. Who are you and what you do with Jetty? I already always proofread them. Normally it happens pre-stream. But I took one look at this, went, nope! Medium noise, no, it's like a blur filter where it takes the surrounding pixels and merges them all together. Noise, huge feature in the continents, medium size for islands and bays, and a small noise to break up the coastline a bit more. Fractal noise, multiple levels, different sizes are added together with small layers, having progressively less impact to add smaller details to certain areas. Okay, next time is spot noise. Increase the number of spots landscape where certain amount of space is where we use for resource placement in each spot. This one I read. Actually, cones, we're going to have a higher richness in the middle. Yeah, this is where they changed up.
See, bringing it back around with the cones.
Final polish the map generator. Taming the map generator. Okay. Non-circular. Is this where they also covered about resources? Because they had too much stone and not enough iron?
Something along those lines. But it was, clean, just a
we're perfectly happy with all places where there was unpredictable. Sometimes there was no copper in the starting area, so no, they hadn't fixed that yet.
Yeah. Well, this was the penultimate fix that finally fixed the resource generation.
It was the lead up to it.
Yeah.
Resource fix was a couple of updates later. Oh, that's right. My Control W doesn't work.
Fix it.
I don't know how. Control works, W works, Control W works with everything. Everything that is not a close button. Makes sense? So I bind Control W to a button in the game and I press it, it works. But to a window, to close it, it's broken. Are we talking about the same thing that makes it so AI models can't comprehend images? No. There's a tool. Control W doesn't work. More like Control L. Am I right? Yeah, thanks.
Control K?
Alt
Control J?
F4. Alt F4. Resource placement is current high richness in the middle. Resource current is then perturbed as some bias noise. So it's not a clean circle. You want to read more, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, putting it all together. Real power comes from the artistic control over these things and finding the mass required to do it efficiently. A couple of examples. Spot noise, not just for resources, but also used for volcanoes. We add huge spot cones to the elevation and make the main volcano body. We also invert the cone and min the top, invert the mountain to pick it for a lava pit. Okay.
Remember how I said foreboding?
Yeah. Yeah, to leave
Cutting a hole in the thing for a volcano.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Sort of inversions are critical for some things. You want to have a mostly water map, you can just reduce the elevation. But tend to make islands. What if you want a mostly water map, but still have mostly land connections? Okay. This we use the absolute value and balance any negative values be positive. If we then invert it, all the values are negative, but a small addition bumps a narrow band into the positive region. This makes a series of narrow land paths that almost always connect. We use this sort of pattern in the volcanic lava areas to make sure there's a way through the maze. Okay. Yes. All right. Working on new planets. My speculative I still am. Each planet type will have a unique generation, a bit like the planets in space age. Making just one completely new planet is a huge amount of work, so when embarking on making 14 new types, okay, I decided to invest on making some tools to make the process easier. Result in my own set of noise tools that do a number of things. Auto place cleanings so that testing is much faster, okay. Planet switching preset to be able to preview other planets. Convenient inline way to temporary debug sliders so noise expression values can be adjusted from the map preview screen. And last but not least, the ability to use the map preview to visualize noise expression output directly. Last one about noise visualization is the one that's really difficult to do without it very detached from the output of the system. Let's say, for example, you add some new code that's supposed to make some existing sound on the map go from a yellowish version to red version. You load up the game, wander around, you don't see any red sand. What went wrong? Could be any number of things. Maybe it's actually working, but coincidentally the areas that should have been red happen to be underwater and grass instead of sand. More likely though, if you're exploring a large area, still didn't find anything, it's broken in somewhere. But where? The noise visualizer lets me choose a specific noise expression and convert it to an image of the preview screen. That way I can see things like distribution, output values, expressions. To say like, the scale is way larger than I thought, so you'd need to go like 10 kilometers to find any difference. Or the output range is too low and it's never strong enough to make a change, or maybe one value accidentally goes negative multi-values with another negative, causing some other unexpected problems. Okay, so standard things with programming. You change one number and 10 things down the line break. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It's really shines when working on things like multiple biomes. Usually if you just rely on the change indicator, you can see that change happened when going from one biome to another. But you can't tell the rate of change, what the rate of change is. Often a soft rate of change is better so vegetation can fade out as things get drier, but usually there's no way to see that ahead of time. With the visualizer you can tell if the biome transition is hard or soft because it can display up to 255 values and show you the gradient. Left, volcanization elevation. Blue is the elevation below zero with dark values being deeper. Yellow is high, green is very high. Volcan is temperature, black is cool, red is warm, yellow is hot. Used to place hot tile sets. So green is above ground?
Very high. Yeah, green's above ground. Yellow, red will be sea level effectively, and then blue is everything below sea level.
And then temperature.
Else is
Black
in
is
between.
cool. So they're saying ground level being lava is cool. Okay. Yellow is
away
hot.
from the lava passages.
Used to play hot tile set. Okay. So obviously, yeah. Okay. So they don't go into the black area because that's lava. So you're not going to put any tile sets in the lava. And was this blue? Blue is elevation below zero.
Yes.
Okay. So up here at the top of Volcano, we have yellow, so lots of hot tile sets because that's the top of Volcano. Okay, I'm with you now. Alrighty.
Volcano be hot.
Yeah, Volcano be hot. Whereas down here we have blue, which is below zero. So that's in lava. So this has...
It's the lava channel biome. It's not... I think, as you say, the black on the temperature scale is the actual lava puddles.
Not the dark red?
Oh, on the first image it'll be the red. But it'll be black on the second part, the temperature.
Below zero. Blue is elevation below zero, with darker values being deeper. Okay, so...
Unless blue actually is the... No, that's not what they presented though.
Blue should be the lava flows.
Yeah, which are dry lava flows, not actual lava. As I understood it.
So I'm guessing the black and the flat red...
The flat red and the black.
Is liquid.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, sure. Oh, it's still a bit hacky because it runs as a mod, not part of the game engine. Essentially gets all the tiles of the game, changes their map colors, different values, from black to white or blues to reds, greens, and then reassigns those tiles only appear somewhere based on the noise expression you're trying to visualize. Using blue for values below 0, and other hues for above 0 is very useful for elevation because it makes a 0 line transition very clear and is important because that tends to be our coastline. Currently play the game like this, but it's invaluable in the early stage of the new planet when you're trying to debug something. Blue is lava channel, don't ask how I know.
So looking at a map in 386, yeah, the blue actually is lava.
So when you say lava,
Unless I'm remembering wrong.
if you're talking about sea level,
Yeah.
it's
so
water in air quotes.
yeah. So I don't know what the big blob of red is, with no temperature. Oh, that'll be the basalt basin. I think it was called. What was it called?
Yeah, that one. The building area.
Yeah, the building areas. It's bigger than I remember.
No, they were meant to be
This-
large because they're full of rocks. They're full
Oh,
of rocks
it'll
and
have
other
the click
annoying
red.
things.
It doesn't show the cliffs, doesn't it?
Correct. Correct. So blue
Yeah,
is
lava rivers,
lava channel. It's a
Um,
plateau. Yeah.
ashlands.
Whatever. It's one of the biomes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just trying to work out what sea level is. Okay, so sea level is blue. And then putting hot tile sets inside the sea. Or I guess it's a whole bunch of coastlines. Technically. Okay. Similar plans where I've updated my tools so I can use them for space age. Pretty confident in saying that these tools I can work on planets about 10 times faster. Not only that, but Janice and I have been working on some fancy new noise functions along with a new planet later. Folks have a lot of settings, trying to get them all work without my noise tools would not have been fun. In fact, I have my doubts, but I'm able to finish all the features of the new system some way of seeing what we're doing. I'll release noise tools for 2.0 when the expansion is released. Okay, so
It's only the first half.
sea level should be flat. Well, that's why I was going with that big black area.
Yeah, that was my original thought as well.
Because it's doesn't have any.
It just stands out
Yeah.
as well in the height map. But yeah, that's ashlands.
Okay. And then C++. Okay, map generation. First Volcananus map generation overhaul was merged. We noticed significant slowdowns as we launched the game and generated the planet's terrain. This would have been a mild inconvenience for players, but launching the debug version many times a day made it very noticeable. So I either have to give up on fancy map generation or spend some time to make it faster. Map generation also already runs in multiple threads where possible. We try to optimize the code for simultaneous execution, single instruction, multiple data, runtime map generation, therefore efficient enough to only match from what we observed about Volcanus. The issue would be somewhere else. As I dive deeper and deeper into noise expressions, I found some areas for improvement. Noise expression represents abstract syntax tree mathematical operations. Each noise expression is class instance storing its children. You know what that means? Just think of it as a bag that contains other bags. They can then be combined and nested up to hardware limits. This structure is built from its Lua counterpart. When the surface is created, noise expressions are compiled into a noise program. In general, each named noise expression is a procedure in the program. Procedures are useful because we can reuse data for multiple steps. Procedure contains a linear sequence of noise operations with already resolved dependencies, so it's guaranteed all children of later operations have already been computed. The structure is optimized for fast computation when you need all the data, so changes like short-circuiting if statements can't be done easily. Additionally, before noise expressions are compiled, they are recursively simplified. If all their children are consistent, they can be folded into If all their children are a constant, they can be folded into a constant as well. This step can't be done sooner because some variables depend on map settings. Ah? Okay, chat has. I'm gonna eat too much tacos. Vulcanators. Okay. We're up to the Brainiac Sea and Q encountered a illegal operation. All right. Mojo drops the link. Okay, bad Mojo. You're not helping. Okay. Noise. So. Taylor Max, this is going and nest up to hardware limits. Okay. When service grade noise expressions are compiled to a noise program. In general, each named noise expression is a procedure in the program. Procedures are useful because we use data for multiple steps. Procedure contains a linear sequence of noise operations with already resolved dependencies. This is guaranteed children on later operations have already been computed. So it needs to be run sequentially, and it's saving the data at each operation. It's optimized for fast computation when you need all the data. Additionally, before the noise expression compiled, they're recursively simplified. So they're also simplifying each of the steps going backward if all the children are constant, so we follow them constant as well. This step, okay, yep, alright, sure. Why were they trying to
do a blind reading of it.
I should do a what?
A blind reading of it.
Of the Friday Facts.
The second part.
I've one of the weeks we did do a Friday Facts without me pre-reading it all. It was not a good video. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. You at least got to know what's going on.
Create a list used of noise expressions on the surface. Curiously add child noise expressions to list. Sort list to make dependencies run first. Simplifies noise expressions use map generation settings. Temporary compile to procedures and assign registers to their operations. Then it goes to the noise program. Okay. And the noise program then runs and then runs a second time with variables. Okay. Okay. System was expected to push to its limits, so the code didn't duplicate identical expressions and allocate them separately. Base game allowed 31 million objects and vulcanators even more at 280,000. Added global storage which case expressions based on the hash. I could retrieve one without constructing the full object again. Reduced the number of objects to 5,300 and saved us 128 megabytes of RAM. Having so many duplicate expressions surely means there are other places we don't reuse things right. For example, the simplification step. We found an opportunity to apply a constant folding. Whole branch of the ATS had to be recreated to replace one expression with a constant. This setup created many temporary objects, also almost as many as the number of permanently allocated expressions. 200,000 vulcanators. I want to merge this into a compilation step and simplify expressions just in time. My attempt was successful. Create a vulcanator surface from the inefficient noise expression tree became 15 times faster. Okay. Continue refactoring, having in mind that writing optimal noise expressions is hard. My goal was to make aid models with the optimization step. Therefore, I tried to duplicate expressions used in multiple procedures. New system will extract them to separate procedures, so roles can be reused in a runtime. Don't need to call noise delimit procedure anymore. It's automatic. Okay. Figuring out which expressions are used by multiple procedures is not easy, and issues start popping up. Would have to sacrifice completion performance before, if I wanted to fully de-duplicate it. Not only that, but requesting run on a procedure would be more expensive because cross procedural dependencies were computed on demand. Yes, it wouldn't matter because it was still insignificant. Why do something inefficient when we can optimize it, make the code simpler? Remove procedures altogether. Instead of one noise program per surface, we now have 3 tiles, cliffs, and entities plus decoratives. These pass around separately so we didn't reuse procedures anymore. Runtime map generation saw up to 20% improvement, and noise program compilation was up to 50% faster, although results vary depending on the complexity of noise expressions. Think of a noise program as one procedure with multiple outputs, which has its advantage. There are no dependencies, and everything is in line. If an intermediate result is not needed anymore, the memory is assigned with another noise operation. So it's like a long C++ function with a stack of variables being optimized away, although a somewhat simpler version. Okay. All right. What?
Ooh, Handy Q, that's a name I haven't seen in a while.
No, I think he's left, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay, so they they added lure noise. I wanted this map. I wanted to play on this map. It's look cool.
So you can add some lure code to a map to modify the terrain generation.
Yeah, which
semi-arbitrarily.
Bilbo semi did in a sort of roundabout way when he made the fingerprint map, which had cliffs everywhere. Do you see smoke coming on top of GDE's head? Don't worry about it. How much time does Mojo want to spend today, this weekend? Does Mojo understand this any better than I do?
I might understand better if it wasn't Saturday morning. And that's 8:15 Saturday morning. I might need to refill the cup. There's a Christmas tree at the bottom.
Yeah. Before I read like maths, let's create a file so we should process the string into AST. First, let's figure out save as much performance as possible. Result a monolithic design, functional but hard to test, maintain, and expand further. I started reading about how other phases do it. Interested in using external grammar tool, which should generate a files of that. I think it will be worth time learning to use it and the procedure code like the suboptimal. In the end, I decided to go for an in-house solution. The tokenizer, which presses streaming characters and categorize the individual character groups to token types. The operator character set is based on Lua, with the first few exceptions where both C+ and Lua syntax is supported, apart from the regular numbers. It supports scientific notation and other formats can be added as needed. Postfix tokenizer, which converts infix tokens to postfix reverse Polish notation.
Is that the stuff that I'm looking at the link? Is that the stuff that they used to feed to the Wehrmacht in World War II?
The shunting yard algorithm, is that the link you're looking at?
No.
Okay.
It's actually completely different because the one I'm thinking of is actually a chocolate. It's basically caffeine with some chocolate mixed in.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay.
All this talk about shunting just makes me want to
Get a
bring
train
up
running?
Railroader.
Yeah.
I think there was some meth in there as well, yes.
Optimize and benefit in a modding documentation would make an interesting blog post. Now, all noise expressions are phased from string. Legally format which use layer tables is removed for 2.0. Regarding the original issue, this was done for noise expressions take 50% less time during prototype initialization, and the prototypes now load 20% faster. It doesn't end there. The introduction of prototype defined noise function meant that AST. Okay, so I've forgotten what AST is.
15 euros for 250 grams. That's a lot of money.
Abstract syntax tree. Cool. Okay, it's a bag of bags. Cool. It's a bag of bags. It's a Christmas tree.
Actually, what's the 1 kilo bag worth? $60 for a kilo of coffee.
Random links in Discord. Random links in Discord take me to... Huh? If you want to reverse engineer type... What? Good oil going to campaign of another fluid coming out. What?
What are you looking at?
I don't know.
Don't know anything anymore?
Random link. It's either this, or it's this, or it's this. Oh, cool. It's Discord on the webpage. Mute site. String version method. This? Not this. $60, right? Because 33 euro. You'd be surprised how often web pages just change the prices for you, thinking they're being helpful.
I think it came up as 35 euros for me. I already closed the tab. That's really expensive.
How much was it? 1 kilo?
Yeah, 1 kilo bag for 35 euros, which is like 60 bucks.
Well, what's a kilo of chocolate cost?
Kilo of coffee.
Kilo of coffee.
Raw beans.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't drink coffee.
Usually I pay like 20 to 30.
So about the same price as chocolate. I have no... Dimitar, I can't read code. No, I take that back. I can read code. I can understand code normally, right? But actually doing anything with it and using it, no, I'm lost. So expressions like 1 times x plus 0 are folded into x and aren't evaluated every chunk. Okay. Been using a biased noise appellant like noise function. We hadn't been using efficiently. It's special case x equals x and y equals y is optimized because we know we work in a grid. We can reuse intermediate time values, that's 5x faster than generic implementation. When we want to offset the grid using x and y parameters, no longer let it be interpreted as a special case. Adding a separate offset parameters improves the performance further. Did some more work. I've removed noise layer prototypes, added more noise functions, made a few other tweaks. However, I had to make some compromises. Some noise functions were removed, including array construction. It's possible to add array support to the new parameter if requested, although there are more pressing issues right now. Each should be like come up with a corresponding numeric variable resulting array. Cool, that means nothing to me. Cool, done. Fuck off. Some variations have passed since the first Vulkan generation. Individual noise expression can be optimized as well together with C++ improvements, which took 13.5 milliseconds per chunk. Oh wow, that's long. Wow. Go to 2.8.
Yes.
Hang on.
Also, did you guys say 13? It's 18.
Oh, whatever. Skipping numbers at this point. Okay. So we got ads coming in like 5 minutes because that's how long this stupid thing's taken. So does that mean? So it took a frame to generate one chunk.
Yes.
And we're generating chunks constantly in the background.
As long as you're exploring, yes. And the more you explore, the harder it works.
And if you fire something like artillery, which just generates a whole lot of chunks in a single direction very quickly. Yep.
Something like that. I was just looking at the Cogmus mod.
The what? Cogmus? There's a Cogmus.
Yes. A Cogmus tree.
Somebody's just...
Somebody, as in Arundel.
Okay. 6 hours ago. Okay.
Yes.
Well, have Bilbo put on the server. Is the reason why artillery barrages with lag first. Folks, I'm in the end of a long technical day in a long technical way. I'm ready for bed and not technically brain to work out. Yep. Yeah, Muppet already said no. Muppet already said no, I'm out. And he got to the second half and quit reading. Which I don't blame him. I'm pretty sure I'm going to summarize this up in a sentence or less.
The question that came to my mind was, I wonder how much of this works in Fortran. It sounds like a Fortran kind of thing.
No idea.
No idea either. I just vaguely know that there's some abstract data structures that do really well in it.
Postgame initializes prototypes 7% faster, 87% less time spent on noise expression prototypes. Noise programs are compiled 85% faster, and we don't care. Thanks to procedural removal, there are fewer noise operations, 1/4. 25% faster chunk generation on average from 4 down to 3. So when you fire artillery shells across the map, it's now not as bad.
Now less laggy.
Yeah.
So on Vulcananus, it would be really stuttery, whereas now it would be butter smooth.
Well, Vulcananus takes less time at just 2.83 milliseconds.
Yeah, instant.
Whereas, Narvis is 3.5.
I think the real question coming to the end of this, is it worth buying Sweet Transit, seeing as though it's 40% off right now?
I don't know, but it's probably the next thing I'll do. So you can hang around for that part. Because Takabet asked me my recommendations for the Christmas list. The Steam Christmas sale.
The Steam sale. I haven't actually looked yet.
Alright. No, we don't have a fast system, also more manageable, and is add noise expressions. We need them. Design was franchise, just maybe a bit over-engineered just for map generation to have solid foundation, which we use in other projects we want to. I don't know. I really hope Woob has a plan for the next project. I really hope they have got somebody who has prototyped something together for the next project.
I feel like we've got some subtle hints as to the next planet.
No, I'm talking after Factorio 1.2, 2.0 DLC expansion. The next project.
Yeah, it does seem to be leaving the door open to something beyond it.
Well, I've seen...
I mean, they always tend to leave the door open for more improvements and, being able to transplant stuff.
I've seen far too many devs. So hang on. The Cogsmas, does that add the snow? It probably just adds the tree.
But it definitely replace... Oh, it has the option of replacing the rocket silo with the tree. As well as just having a placeable tree.
I want mods by Arundel. Last updated. Is that an option? Why is that not an option? Why is that not an option on the mod portal? So look at a dev and list by most downloaded, last updated. Oh. Noise tools. Okay.
There you go.
Sassy hurt herself. Hi, dear. Okay. Bye. Okay.
Hi bye.
I don't know. Alright. That wasn't.
Snack.
Yeah. No, not yet. Yeah. Okay, on the way home, I assume. Okay, cool. I love you too, bye. Alright. What?
See, now you have to read it again.
Can I check out possible Easter egg buildings in the picture? Yes. My story lowest half. Lots of C++, detailed map generation, so real-time generation can go brrr. Yeah. She's gonna be a Factorio universal pseudo MMO. Huh?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's interesting that it's
As a live service, you can buy a T5 prod speed quality modules for real money. No! Don't charge them for modules. Anybody can nick off with a module. Charge for the armor. That's what you need to charge for.
And be like the old version where if you die, you lose the armor and everything you had. You know, it all just gets deleted.
Just finished the Friday Facts already? No, haven't even started the Friday Facts.
Yeah, that was just the pre-read. I think it was FMO said first that there's not really much C++, and you're right. It's just data structures.
Alright! Muppet, thank you for the Prime, thank you for the Bezo Buckaroos. Get the Muppet quit. Muppet quit reading the Friday Facts to himself. What the fuck is that?
Appears to be a Muppet with a teapot.
It is.
Sitting at the top of the hill. It's gone now.
Okay, but what the fuck is this in the bottom right-hand corner?
A factory.
It's like no factory I've ever seen before.
It looks suspiciously like a foundry. Or forge, whatever the hell it is.
Does it? No, it does. Okay. Why is this chem plant hooked straight into this pump jack?
Why not?
Why is that foundry, assuming that's a foundry also? Is that a foundry? It's not a foundry. It could be a foundry.
The one you were pointing at is definitely the foundry.
Yeah, that's definitely the foundry. I agree on that one. Yep, we can see a little bucket on the side that pours in to, scoop out Camp of Industry style. What's this
I love
one?
how it's also
and this
frozen.
one? What?
I love how it's also frozen.
Well, it's just not running currently now.
So the pump jack is...
It's
the
oil
pump jack
refinery
is
on
not
top
connected
left?
to anything.
That's the top left. Okay, that's the oil refinery. Fine, you're going to say that's the oil refinery? Fine, I'll accept that's the oil
That's an
refinery.
oil refinery.
That's an oil refinery. This pump jack is plugged straight into this chem plant.
That's also an oil refinery. That's... I don't know what that is in the bottom left. That's a roboport.
That. Got a weird pipe on it. I would have said it was.
Oh, it's a chem plant.
Huh? That one or that one? One on the screen or off the screen?
On the screen.
One under. Big Winter. This is not Big Winter. Not unless Big Winter's had a severe update.
Ah, now I know. Yeah, it's a flipped chemical plant. That's why I was confused.
This one.
Yeah, the
Down
bottom.
Oh, yeah, okay,
The
yeah,
one
yeah.
below the furnace. It's a flipped chemical. Or the one in the top right and the bottom left are flipped against each other. That's why I was confused.
Well, the window's normally the bottom right-hand corner. So this has got the window in the bottom left.
Yeah.
So it's flipped, and this has got the window fucked if I know where. Center. Whatever rotation that is. So, bottom left, off the edge of the screen. Zoom and enhance.
I feel like is also an oil refinery.
With that pipe?
It doesn't look right. Oops.
With the pipe? With the gaskety, like, bendy pipes? That Americans use everywhere? For, like, ducting? Move your stupid message. Screw you. Thus. Oh, Cogsmith's in 4K? Oh, wow. Is it actually higher resolution? Different image.
Kinda.
It's a different image. It's a different image.
Yeah, it's more cut off.
It's a different image.
It's missing the top and bottom. It's been chopped. Which means we need to check the first one because it suggests that there's something that needs to be hidden in the first one. If the top and bottom are chopped off.
What's wider?
Yeah, the top and bottom have been chopped to make it wider.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't see the bottom of the foundry now. So something in the top and or bottom is a secret. Must be true. It also doesn't feel higher resolution. It feels like it's just been rescaled.
This 4K wallpaper scales don't kind of retake or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's the same resolution, even though
It's just been buffed.
turning up the number of pixels doesn't make it more resolute.
Alright, so bottom left is a thingy. Also top right there. That's the foundry. Okay, top right's the foundry. Bottom left is I don't know. I have no idea what this machine is. This looks like Factorio wiki rocket silo. Have an old picture of the rocket silo on the wiki? No. Do I have an old installer Factorio? Does Mojo have an old installer Factorio?
What do you want?
I want the old rocket silos, so 16?
15, I think.
Old Factorio. I only have version
Possibly
1.
16.
I only have version 1 now. All my other ones got deleted when the hard drive died. 372 postcard. Yeah. I already have this image.
The pre-square one.
That's the rocket silo in the middle of the picture. What?
Yes, in the middle of the picture is the rocket silo. That's not.
It's
I
these
didn't think
two
that would be-
buildings. Okay, it's these two buildings the surround says. Yeah, but the rocket silo got changed. The format of the rocket silo got changed when they changed the sprite size.
Yes, they completely redid the rocket silo. It used to have these towering
Yes.
buildings around
Do
it.
you have an old copy?
I'm trying to start one now.
No. Just open the folder and grab the asset.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where the hell is it? Data base.
Where's the foundry? It's right there in the middle of the picture. The two buildings you can't see are the green and blue ones from last picture. How do you know it's... Okay, so the green building probably because the flexi pipe. And how do you know what building? The two buildings you can't see are the green and blue ones from the... Look at the wires on the right of the building. The right of the top right-hand corner building? The which building? The which building? Which building exactly am I meant to be looking at? Wires. This has Christmas wires. This has
Guess
two
what?
wires.
The rocket silo is 1,000 images.
Oh, fuck, it is too. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, the rocket silo is like 3,000 images layered.
Yep.
Okay. Serena sent this. Middle left also has an unknown building, not just the bottom left. Middle left.
Oh, yeah, I see.
This. Sure. This here is this here going on those two wires. Okay, I take your word for it. That seems plausible. I accept that is that. And this green thing is possibly this green thing. Take a best. Set your PM on Discord. You did too. Hey, Taco Bell's got an old school rocket silo. Oh god, that went shit.
Oh.
Whatever you said to me to do. No, can I resize that a bit? Because I'm not reading all that. There we go. Cool. This. Yeah, Discord, you ruin it when you make it all white. It has another layer. It has another layer with piping and stuff over here, which use flexi pipe. That's the biggest part. Yeah, no, there's another layer that has flexi pipe. There was flexi pipe and stuff in this corner. Okay, so flexi pipe, thingy bob, thingy. There's other stuff added in game. Yeah, I am willing to bet this is that. For context for those buildings being just cut off a bit, yeah. More often than not, I have a feeling that the screenshots are just going to be taken from an existing base, and people are not going to put great thought into, oh, what do I need to cut out of this to put up? There's also the rearrangement of the Cogmas tree. Yes, Saran, you're late. You're late. I was commenting earlier how I can't find a modder on the Woob mod portal and then get a list of their latest updates. And there we go. That's solved. All right.
It makes you sneeze.
Yeah. Okay. So, Friday Facts.
There's a picture.
We got a picture. We got a picture?
If it'll go.
We got a picture. Oh god. You couldn't zoom or anything.
No, I couldn't.
Thanks, Measure. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
We're gonna crop
Zoom out.
ambitious.
You gotta show the full image. There you go. Oh, hail the duck.
I don't need to hail the duck. I'm not gonna hail the duck. Okay.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You will.
I'm not. Alright. Rude. Yes, rude. If it working crop ambitious specifically in the last photo effects, there was no working image. of flip chem plant. So you can't. No working image of the flip chem plant. So you can't prove it can do it. They're all cropped just perfectly enough not to be able to confirm it. Or we can confirm it. We know the game back to front and front to back.
Also, it's been an hour.
I know it has. I know it has. There was an ad break. I went, bathroom, came back. And then ad breaks run since. Alright. So, Friday Facts.
Yes, that thing.
Okay, so we have request to talk about map generation. We have all you have to work is with the X and Y in position. Terrain generation can't know anything about what's already placed. Somehow it needs some code that converts X and Y into types of tile to place which rocks, trees, resources, decoratives, cliffs, blah, enemies, stuff. So we start with the cone. That makes sure we have land. We can offset it. We can also add maths and trigonometry functions to offset it differently, which makes us make crop circles, which is going to be an interesting map. We're going to play on that in the future. Then we add noise. And we use random noise, which is pretty much like good old-fashioned static. But if you zoom in further and further, we can get it's
They use coherent noise, which is the parallel noise, which means you zoom in and out, and there's some there's a loose association between one piece of noise to another. Random noise is completely random.
Loose association with the surrounding tiles.
Yeah, with the surrounding calculation or seed input. However the function works.
Surrounding tiles. Just go with surrounding tiles.
Technically, there's no tile yet for the noise function.
Surrounding pixels.
Surrounding
pixels. Surrounding pixels. That's what we're going to go with. Surrounding pixels. Okay. There is a function in a photo editor that you can... Is dithering?
Dithering downsamples color. So it converts one color depth to another by
Gaussian blur?
colors.
Maybe it's the Gaussian blur one I'm thinking of.
Gaussian blur is a blur, a defocus.
Yeah, there's a tool you can use that'll select the surrounding pixels around where your mouse is pointing. Okay, then we got spot noise, which goes on top, which plays as resources. And then we have volcano.
Using cones.
Feather. It's the feathering tool. The feathering tool in a photo editing software. That's the word I was looking for. I know where the buttons are. I use them all the time, but yeah, names.
Why would you use Photoshop?
Thumbnails. I got sick of GIMP. And I have access to Photoshop.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, if unless you've actually already paid for it, there's no real reason to have it.
Because I've got access to it. So I started using Photoshop. You know, when all the kids finally get out of high school, okay, and then I've got to pay for it in like 15 years, maybe there'll be something else I'll use then. But until then, I'm going to use Photoshop. So then, yeah, we make more cones to make mountains and mountain peaks. And then if we want to have not water, but guaranteed land mass, we can bump up the minimum value or lower zero to make sure that we have bits sticking up so we can guarantee we have we have ground. Then we have Arendel's magic special tools, which lets you visualize what the terrain is going to look like during map generation. And then we have the blue, red, green one. And then we have not...
Height versus temperature.
Yep. And then we have not reading any of this at all.
Yeah, just do it in Python. What's the issue?
Not reading any of this. Because... What?
Actually, you could do far worse.
What?
I'm trying to think of something that would be far worse.
Far worse than what?
Doing it, just do the lure in Python. Maybe, oh no, not Haskell. Ruby,
Flash?
do it in Ruby. Just do it in Ruby.
Do it in Flash? Jay Hutch, thank you for hitting the follow button. Sorry, it's not on the screen at the moment because we're meant to be doing the Friday Facts. It's going well, as you can tell. Okay.
Basic.
Just do the lure in basic. Okay. You know.
Basic isn't that bad. I mean, Python is just 21st century basic.
Okay.
Pascal?
Visual Basic, please. Okay. So they had a problem with the map generation. Significant slowdown game we generated the planet terrain. It would have sucked a little bit for players, but launched the debug version many times a day. It was really, really noticeable. So they went through and they started optimizing. We're not going to go through this at all. It's all on there.
The thing that I want to answer is there's no us setting there.
There is not. There is not. I have no idea. He has not been mentioned so far.
Algol. Where it all begun.
He has not been mentioned in any of the Friday Facts so far. We've covered art,
Yeah.
we've covered Eridel, we've covered, no, nothing about our
His
city.
name has not popped up.
Um,
He's still there, isn't he? Yeah, his name has appeared on Reddit.
yeah, he's still there doing something. Don't know what he's doing. He's killing bugs, that's what he's doing. So, they went and restructured how they were doing the code behind doing the noise implementation, and then they found problems because they changed over to a Lua format back in when?
Yes. 2018?
2017.
2017.
Which gave modders flexibility to do unique things, and we had Bilbo made the fingerprint map.
I mean, I was saying before that the data structure stuff sounds like a Fortran thing. Which did remind me that I think it was one of the big Python modules is actually underlying Fortran.
He's joking. He's getting prepared. The good Friday Facts. Fingerprint map. Let's go. No. No cliff explosive and Narvis anymore. Yeah, tell me about it.
Nope.
And then the overall was we went from 18.3 down to 2.8 for Volcanatus, but for a normal map, we went from 4.8 down to 3.5, which is very, very important when you decide to launch a artillery barrage across the map. Then we have the, what was it, Cogmus mod, which has been released by Arendelle, which leads us, more importantly, to, we have a foundry here. We have reverse
Thingy on the left.
Reverse chem plants, flipped chem plants, 2 of. And then in the left, cut off here and here, we have the blue thingy and also the green thingy. And Saran.
The green thingy was just the platform, wasn't it?
Huh?
The green thingy was the platform building, wasn't it?
No. The green thingy is the thingy on the planet that launched you back to space.
Yeah, the hub.
The landing from space? Because we don't know how resources get down. We know rockets take you up, but how do things get down?
Oh, teleporting.
Yes.
Currently.
Thank you.
According to them.
Yeah. Don't have cliffs. No, it's not. You've done the fingerprint map. No, the whole point of the fingerprint map is the fingerprint map. So then we have the blue thingy and the green thingy hidden in the bottom left corner. And is that one? That one's pre-zoomed a little bit. Yeah. Can I zoom more? left. Okay, that one, and then that one, which then we have the super zoomed in version, and that's going to zoom that one. Okay, I can't do that. There and there. All right, I think I'm good. Fuck's
Yep.
sake.
Like an hour ago.
Parachute. Gravity is how things get down.
Yes, just throw it off the side, just like you do with the stuff you throw into space. It'll eventually find its way down. It's just the long bomb from downtown. The iron ore. You throw it off the platform and try and get the 3-pointer down into the furnace.
Real says how things get down to Red Hand says how things get down to the planet. Yes. Okay.
Extra long inserter. So it picks up from the platform and then the long arm reaches down into the storage chest on the planet. Yes.
Okay. So before my voice goes entirely, you good now?
Yes. As I say, I was good an hour ago.
I hadn't pre-read it at all. Because I looked at the first couple of lines and went, nope. Insert it to a second screen. Okay. You litter over a 5x5 chunk area? That would be fine. It wouldn't be the first time I've littered my inventory over a 5x5 chunk area. All right.
Only 5x5? That's a pretty good deal.
It is yeah. Okay. G'day, mate, and welcome to Friday Facts number 390. We have Noise Expressions 2.0, and I have my noisy friend. How you doing, Mojo?
Hello, noisy friend.
Yeah. Okay, so the devs had a lot of requests to talk about map generations. Difficult to talk about map generation without first explaining noise expressions. From time to time, we need to talk about noise expressions anyway, because they're a critical part of the game. But I don't think we've ever done a good job explaining what they actually are at a high level. We will take a closer look at planet map gen again in the future, but for now we'll introduce the basic concepts and act as a primer for later. Now, I can already say, I'm pretty sure when people are asking about the devs to talk about map gen, they were not asking for what's in this Friday Facts. Not the slightest.
I blame this on the people asking for the map gen.
Well,
it's their fault.
I want to know about map gen, but I didn't want to know about any of this. Any of this whatsoever. Yeah. No. Okay. So, what are noise expressions? The expression part. When making a game world in Factorio, you need to decide on what gets placed where. All you have to do is work with the X and the Y position. The terrain generator can't know anything about what's already been placed, and that's not muted. Fuck! And that would overlap with Mojo. Cool. You good?
Yes. Oh, Dyson.
Yep.
I sent you a link as well.
I saw. Am I meant to click on that?
Yeah.
I just got so I've had the music running for like 3 days now. I just don't hear it anymore.
It's
so
sort of
tuned
dense.
out to
every single image has so many. It's so dense. Every single image has so many things going on.
Okay. All I'm hearing is Mojo's dance. Okay. Take 2. Cool. Yeah. All right. G'day, mate, and welcome to Friday Facts number 390, Noise Expressions 2.0, with my good friend, Noisy Mojo. How you doing?
Hello, noisy friend.
Thanks, mate. So, hello. We've had a lot of requests to talk about map generation. It's difficult to talk about map generation without first explaining noise expressions. From time to time, we need to talk about noise expressions anyway, because they're a critical part of the game. But I don't think we've ever done a good job explaining what they actually are at a high level. We will a closer look. Yep. Take a closer look at map gen again in the future. But for now, we're going to introduce the basic concepts and act as a primer for later. Now, Mojo.
Well,
yep.
Yes. Well, I can already see there's a terrifying prospect of having another one of these.
This is it's a Friday Facts and a half, but it's all the facts, and it definitely came out on Friday, and none of it's really interesting. It's technical. It's technically interesting. Just like, technically if somebody gives you milk, technically it's ice cream. It's just
technically
not
you
quite
can get
there
milk
yet.
in Canada, it just comes in a bag.
Yeah. So, I don't think anybody who want to know anything about map gen want to know what was in here, but let's continue anyway. So what are noise expressions? The expression part. When making a game model Factorio, you need to decide what gets placed where. All you have to work with is the X and Y coordinates. The terrain generator can't know anything but what's already placed. Somehow you need a code that converts X and Y into a tile to play, the type of tile to place, which trees, rocks, resources, decoratives, cliffs, and enemies to place. So, in the middle of the map, where X and Y is both zero, is the origin and starting point. We always want this to be land, otherwise you're stuck in water. Remember those, Mojo?
Yes, I do. There's even a rule about it on Reddit. No starter islands.
Yeah, no talking about starter islands, no talking about starting on water, and there was another one.
Forget what it is now.
Yeah, and then since then we had the island variant, so you can actually choose to start on island should you want to. So yes, we always want this to be land on second water. We calculate distance from the origin, and get a distance cone, which we make to use a circular island where everything above some value is land, otherwise it's water. So this is how we led to, technically on an island start, when it first was introduced, it was very roundish. And you still can get round ones, it's just a little bit rarer.
It's a bit of an oddity.
Yeah.
But at the very least, it means that when you start out, you get some cones.
Oh, God. So, although there's no need to change the probability of both tiles at once, we only need to make sure that the tile we want has the most influence where we want it. For example, land could always have a weight of 1, and then water could just have a weight higher than 1 if we want water to appear. If we add the values X and Y coordinates before it goes in the distance function, then shifts the cone to a different position, offset cones can be used to make new islands, add a section of the existing land, or invert new cones to take chunks out of an island. So then we have so close to being a Pac-Man. Close.
So here we have 2 freshly baked Christmas cookies, and someone's taken a bite out of one already.
Yeah, it would be you, wouldn't it?
Well, no, I'd just eat the whole thing. I wouldn't take a bite out of it and put it back.
You wouldn't leave the evidence behind.
No evidence. No.
Okay.
Perfect crime. No evidence.
So we also have most of the arithmetic operators like absolute value, mondo, exponents, and
modulo.
That's modulo.
Modulo, yes. What is
Okay.
mondo?
I had no idea. It's the 23rd. Okay, I quit. I've called in my Christmas break. I'm done. Exponents.
I've been trying to read this for the last hour too.
Yeah. Let's just leave
It's been very entertaining.
Yep, and trigonometry functions. The trigonometry functions are used to rotate positions instead of just using offsets, and that's the main trick to the starting area of Vulcanus. The core part of the expressions is we can change this operation together to do things like test 1 equals A plus B times C. Everybody likes algebra, but we can also make
simple
noise expressions reference the output of one test, e.g. test double equals test 1 times 2. So this is great. You can make an interesting crop circle pattern if you want to, but this is not great for a natural landscape. We want to make some noise, but I can definitely see a future playthrough where we're going to have crop circles as terrain. I think that'd be interesting.
Dubai.
Well, that's the only way you put the nice houses.
Yeah, this where you put the nice houses. No. Or do you put? Where do you put the biters? Did you put the biters on the
nice house land? On the nice house land, because they actually got to the nice house land, whereas in Dubai they just sold the nice house land and then didn't actually build it. But anyway, let's continue. The noise part. So terrain generation noise does not mean sound, it just means random numbers. When making random numbers, the most basic setup is to generate completely random numbers every single time you need one. This is called incoherent noise. There's no point, and no point has any relation to any other point. If you zoom in, you just get more complete randomness, so the usefulness is quite limited. Coherent noise is different. It makes good use of the X and Y coordinates, so nearby values can have similar values. This means as you move over landscape, things can change smoothly and coherently. Mojo, you've got old maps, right? Where you've upgraded from one version to the other, and they've changed the noise and the map generation functions.
Yep.
And you get a very fine border where
you get a very subtle transition from one version of the map gen to the next.
And not always is a chunk of line. Like sometimes there have been changes to how the noise works. So sometimes it might just go grass straight to desert at the end of a chunk. Other times it might be a little bit smoother and you get a slight transition-ish, but definitely harsher than you get normally.
Because the random seed and everything changes, it's always a hard transition. But you do actually see things like tile transition. It does change as you step across the different versions.
Oh, okay.
So as you cut through the different strata, like the older ones are more like incoherent noise of randomness, whereas the newer ones are more coherent.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, sort of. So the main coherent noise we use is the bias noise, a Poland style noise from Friday Facts 112, which is so long ago that I even had to look it up as a reference point. The output values end up with an approximate feature size. So if you zoom out, I think it was distinguishable from incoherent noise, but if you zoom in, making the features larger, then everything keeps smoothing out till it's almost flat. It's much like...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Up until a particular version, I forget which one, all maps were actually the same map.
It was version 14-ish.
I forget which one.
14, 13. The speedrunners found it. The speedrunners found it.
The speedrunners found it.
They generated thousands of maps, and they're like, hang on, I've seen this map, because it was just a different offset for where the player was starting.
Yeah, it was like 100 tiles or 1,000 tiles offset from this other map. It turns out that, every map is actually the same map.
It was all one seed, that's all they had. Well, the seed affected literally where you started on that one map. The noise generation, it's much like using the feathering tool inside, any sort of photo editing program that everybody's probably used. And if you take a selfie, your camera's probably, the software on your phone's probably using now. It feathers out your winkles for you. That's pretty much what the Poland style noise is. It's not random, but each pixel, because Mojo told me I can't use tiles, each pixel takes a reference to what's beside it and sort of make sure we're not going hard black to white. Whereas random noise is, there's no grays. It's going to be hard black to white everywhere. This is great because they use noise with a huge feature size for continents, medium size for islands and bays, and a smaller noise to break up the coastline a little bit more. Multiple levels of different sizes are added together with small layers having progressively less impact as they add smaller details to certain areas, which is why they're using this type of noise, and it's why the feathering tool in photo editing software is really helpful sometimes. So then we have spot noise. So spot noise creates a number of spots in the landscape with a certain amount of spacing. This is where what they use for resource placement. So each spot's actually a cone. So if we go back to our example up here, cone like that.
Poking the cones.
Oh god. Yep, we're going to have high richness in the middle of each patch. The resource cone is then protruded by adding some basic noise, so it's not a clean circle. If you want to read more about spot noise, recommend checking the Friday Facts 258. And you can see more often
something
than not...
I was going to point out. You notice on the left, you can actually see where it's generated the ore on top of water.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, you're about to say.
Yeah. Often your resources, they do exist. They just happen to be underwater.
Yeah, the water deletes them.
Look, we've got landfill now. We can undo landfill now. So surely we can have underwater resources, right? We can have the iron underwater, and all you got to do is like Dyson Sphere. You just
deep sea dredging.
Well, no, you add some foundation to raise it up to the surface, and then you've got more ore. That seems fine to me.
I think there's a command to regenerate decoratives. I don't know if you can. There is one specifically for ore, but conceivably, if you landfilled all the water and then regenerated the ore, you could then generate the patch on top of the.
I think.
On top of the
I
landfill.
think there is, but if you regenerate the ore patches, it regenerates even the patches you've half mined out.
Yes, it does. It resets everything.
Yeah, so it's not just a localized area; it's the whole map. But yeah, actually, it's something I haven't seen as a modern Factorio. I can't believe I'm saying that. I've thought of something that doesn't actually already exist as a modern Factorio. But being able to landfill an area and have the resources come back to the surface.
I mean, I don't know why you would want it, but yeah, that's true.
Hang on, Mojo. Have you
Unless
seen?
it was a water world.
Have you seen that you can get your own specialized custom characters for Factorio, like skins, character skins.
Regrettably, yes.
Yes. So
I've seen
don't
the
ask.
previews and
Don't ask. Okay, I don't know why you'd want it because obviously somebody wants everything. Okay, so putting it all together, the real power comes from artistic control over these things and finding the mass required to do it effectively. There's a couple of examples. Spot noise is not just for resources; we use it for volcanoes. We add huge spot cones to the elevation to make make the main volcano body. We also invert the cone and add a min to the tip to invert the mountain peak for a lava pit. So we bring it all the way up and then we add minus 1.45 to make sure that we have a little bit of a peak at the bottom or a dip at the bottom to have the lava pit at the top.
volcanoes are cones confirmed.
Yep. These sort of inversions are critical for some things. If you want to have a mostly water map, then you can reduce the elevation, but it'll tend to make islands. What if you want a mostly water map, but still want to have most of land connected? For this, we use the absolute value and bounce any negative value to be positive. If we then invert it, all the values are negative, but then a small addition bumps a narrow band into the positive region. Makes a series of narrow land bridges that almost always connect. We use this sort of pattern in the volcanoes area to make sure there is a way through the maze. It's also used in... There's another type of map generation you can do, and I can't remember what it's called. So you have the island start, which I think is still limited to one island.
Yeah, it's still one island and then generates like water all around it.
Yeah. But they have...
There is actually land around it. You do it at landfill. I haven't done island start in a very long time.
I've only seen them with up to 3 islands, and it was like a big island and maybe 2 tiny ones, either side. I've never seen one with multiple islands, but there are mods out there that do this sort of stuff where you can have an island start which has a tiny land bridge, which will then take you to more islands and more islands and more islands, so you can keep expanding away and building a factory over, well, in theory, with landfill turned off, some very narrow rail bridges. Mojo would love it.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I do remember I started a game in version 12 which was an isolated island, but it was big enough that I was able to get red-green signs just about going, and I had like 2 or 3 biter nests, and then eventually, with enough exploration, I found out I was like, oh, this is actually an island.
Yeah, actually an island, and sometimes your islands don't come with enough stone to get off the islands. Yeah. Again, we have those rules on Reddit for a reason. So, this brings us to noise tools. Now, noise tools are the important part, because this is brought to us by Arendelle. So, during Woob, I was working on new planets for my space exploration mod, and still am. In space exploration, each planet type will have a unique map generation, a bit like the planets in Space Age. Making just one completely new planet is a huge amount of work, so when embarking on making 14 plus new types, wow, I decided to invest in making some new tools to make the process easier. This resulted in my own set of noise tools that do a number of things. Auto-place cleaning, so testing is much faster. Planet switching presets to be able to preview other planets. A convenient inline way to add temporary debug sliders so the noise expression values can be adjusted from the map preview screen. And last but not least, the ability to use the map preview to visualize the expressions directly, output directly, which I think is the most important one.
I think it's most valuable because it means you don't actually have to load a map.
Yeah, and you can tweak things because that's the thing. He's already added a way to debug the sliders as he goes.
Yeah.
But by hitting the preview button, you get a new look at the map with the new values set, and you can have a look. So the last bit of noise and visualization is really difficult to do without. Without, you are very detached from the output of the system. Let's say, for example, you add a new bit of code that's supposed to make some of the existing sand on the map go from a yellow version to a red version. Didn't we have red sand in Factorio that never showed up?
Yes.
You load up the game, wander around, you don't see any red
And
sand.
then it became yellow.
Yeah.
I removed all the red from it.
I think we found some eventually in one version of Factorio. It would be a little patch here and there.
It is actually still in the game. It's just not red anymore.
Okay. It's still called Red Sand Butt?
Yeah, it's still got the same name.
Okay. It was originally red.
Yeah, it was a very deep red, and it's they removed it.
Yep. So what went wrong? It could be a number of things. Maybe it's actually working, but coincidentally, all the areas that should be red happen to be underwater, and grass instead of sand. More likely, though, if you explore a large area and still don't find any, then it's broken somewhere. But where? The noise visualizer lets me choose a specific noise expression and convert that to an image in the preview screen. That way I can see things like distribution and output of values, expressions, to things like the scale is way larger than I thought, so I don't need to go 10 kilometers to find any difference. The output range is too low and it's never strong enough to make a change. Or maybe one value accidentally goes negative, multiplies with another negative value, and causes some other unexpected problems. This is like when you suddenly, add prod mods and speed beacons to one part of the build, and then suddenly realize that the whole factory is broken because one thing's chewing all the resources and nothing else can run.
That just means you got to get more.
Yeah, well, that's not really possible when you're playing with a noise filter to make a map once.
Yeah.
That ship sailed. So left we have the Navis map as you normally see it. Right is the elevation. Blue is elevation below 0, with darker blues being deeper. Yellow is high, green is very high, used for water and for cliffs. Oh, so
You know how the highest cliffs are, or the highest peaks where the green is surrounded by cliffs. So you can get an idea of how cliffs behave.
Yes, but also there's some green down the bottom right-hand corner, which has no water anywhere near it. So it's not enough water being green in a large enough area to actually get trees and liquid. Yeah, so this is a handy visualization to look at. But then this brings us to the next one. It really shines when working on multiple biomes. Usually if you just want it on a tile change the indicator, you can see that a change has happened when going from one biome to another. But you can't tell what the rate of change is like. Often a soft rate of change is better so vegetation can fade out as things get drier, but usually there's no way to see that ahead of time. With the visualizer, you can tell the biome transitions hard or soft because it can display up to 255 different values to show you the gradient. And then here we have our Volcananus with...
Yeah, same thing again with temperature and height.
Yeah, temperature and height. So this is blue elevation is below 0, darker values being deeper, yellow is high, and green is very high. So we can see where the volcanoes are on this slide. And then on the right side, we have the temperature. So black is cool, red is warm, yellow is hot, used for placing hot tile sets. So we can see in the volcanoes, we get that yellow. What did you call
volcanoes be hot?
Yeah, volcanoes be hot. This little blue patch down here that's now become very, very yellow is going to be a whole pile of lava. So this is like
that's a lava lake.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of water because everything is lava. Yeah. Everything is lava. But
everything blue is lava in this. We eventually worked out.
Yeah.
And the big patch in the middle is the ashlands, which you build on.
Yeah, so that's the ashlands, which is going to be full of cliffs, which won't show up on this particular map.
Yeah, it doesn't. Cliffs don't show up on this.
Yeah, but good luck, have fun. Yeah. Also means that yes, if they're saying that yellow is hot, used to place hot tile sets, that means that yes, we're now going to have, rather than having big large lakes, you're going to have lots of creeks, water crossings. I don't know what you would really call it. Marshland. But it'll be a lava marshland with hot tile sets in it.
Swamp.
A lava swamp. Yeah. A lava swamp. Yeah. When we're talking about liquid, water liquid. Yeah. Swampland, really. Except it'll be full of lava and have hot tile sets in it. So extra lava-y looking lava. Cool. But it also means that they're indicating they're going to put tile sets in the water, which they've never done previously. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious. Like, obviously, inside the volcanoes, they're going to have tile sets around the volcano. So maybe it's just around the yellow bits, but maybe it's in the yellow bits. I don't know. So the way that works is a tiny bit hacky because it runs as a mod, not part of the game engine. Essentially gets all the tiles in the game, changes the map colors to different values from black to white or blues to reds to greens, and then it reassigns those tiles only appear where it's based on the noise expression you're trying to visualize. Using blue for values below 0 and other hues above 0 is very useful for elevation because it makes the 0 line transition very clear. It's important because that tends to be our coastline. You can't really play the game like this because it's invaluable in early stages of a new planet when trying to debug something. So naturally, when I started making planets at Woob, I updated my tools so I could use them for Space Age. Pretty confident saying that these tools, I can work on a planet about 10 times faster. Not only that, but Guinness, yep. And I've been working on some fancy new noise functions that will reveal along with a new planet later. These noise functions have a lot of settings to try and get them to all work without my noise tools would not have been fun. In fact, I have my doubts we were ever able to finish all the features of the new system without some way of seeing what we were doing. I released noise tools for 2.0 when the expansion is released. He has already released noise tools, i.e. the ones he's using currently. And actually, I was looking on the mod portal an hour ago, and they've only been updated like 2 days ago. So he has made his current tools available to other modders that want to try and take on the space exploration size of mod sets, I guess you could call it, size of mod.
It's sort of his pre-release he's put up already, because inevitably someone else is going to do it.
Yeah. So then we get into map generation, and we're going to skip a whole lot of this because it's technical, very technical.
It took you a long time to read it the first time.
Yes, and I comprehend some of it. And for the record, how much do you comprehend?
Not much.
Exactly. Okay, so
it gets deep into the weeds of data structures, which is not something I'm so strong at.
Yeah. And I'm just suck at all sorts of programming, but I'm all right in distinct programming, surprisingly. So
Is it because you outsource it?
I do that too. But I've done my own programming in desync and it actually worked out well. So, when the first Vulcanizer's map generation overhaul was merged, we noticed a significant slowdown as we launched the game and generated the planetary terrain. It would have been a mild inconvenience for players, but launching the debug version many times a day made it very noticeable. So it'd either have to give up on the fancy map generation or spend some time to make it faster. Map generation already runs in multiple threads where possible, and we try to optimize the code for SIMD execution, single instruction and multiple data. Runtime map generation is therefore efficient enough to which it generally matched what we observed about Vulcanese. The issue had to be somewhere else. As I dived deeper and deeper into noise expressions, I found some areas for improvement. So, then we're going to go into stuff and things that we're just not going to read. Just no.
Some mathematics and data structures.
Data structures.
Because C++ doesn't really have proper data structures, so you've got to build it all manually from individual atoms.
Okay. And the base game had 31,000 objects, and Vulcananus had 280,000 objects. And then
a lot of generation.
Yep, and then they reduced the things, and they were saved about 125 mega RAM, which actually doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 125 mega RAM that's had to pass through the CPU probably multiple times, according to this stuff. So
yep. Hundreds of thousands of times potentially, which is a significant bottleneck.
Yep.
On X3D users.
And then they made the surface 15 times faster. Yep. And then they optimized it more. And then a long time ago, they introduced Lua noise expressions way back in what do we say? 2017, yeah. So you could use Lua to, make custom noise generation, and one of my mods actually did that and had a map that looked like a fingerprint, except the lines of the fingerprint were cliffs. It was not an interesting, it was an interesting map. It was not a friendly map at all. We basically rushed spiders because walking anywhere was a nightmare.
That would be a bit of a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit.
Undergrounds were very important. Also, I learnt very quickly which cliffs you could underground under and which ones you couldn't.
Oh yeah.
And to find your resource patch was based over 4 or 5 different levels of cliffs, which if you couldn't reach a tile meant that sometimes you had to take a 10-minute detour to walk up to the next level because It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. But you could do it. You could do it. And they introduced it a little while ago. And most people...
If you had Squeak Through going, Squeak Through actually breaks some of the
cliff
cliffs.
edges. Yeah. Yeah.
There's like one or two... No, it was 2 or 3 cliff edges, which Squeak Through reduces your hitbox enough so you can actually squeeze through them. Because there's a gap in them.
Yeah, let's not. So many people claim is pure magic and hard to work with. No, many people say it's black magic. Black magic. And yeah, more work and further work and the results. So the results are the important part. So several iterations passed since the first Volcano's map prototype. Individual noise expressions have been optimized as well, together with C++ improvements. What took 18.35 milliseconds per chunk, which is like one frame, one whole frame of a game, like your 60 FPS.
Plus change.
What do you mean plus change? Oh yeah, a little bit extra. Sure.
It's 16. It's 16.6 something.
Whatever. It's close enough.
So it's frame plus change.
Close enough. But the point is, you're not generating one chunk at a time. When you fire like an artillery shot or just walk up to the edge of the map, you're going to be generating 10 or 20 or 30 chunks at a time.
Yes.
So you're going to suddenly drop to 30 FPS. So it generates those chunks. And then it back up to 60. And then you're going to...
The game was when it generates, it's going to freeze for that length of time.
Yeah.
And so if you're doing 10 at once, it's going to freeze for 10 times that, so 118.
Yeah, like half a second. You're just gonna stop and then go and then stop. And if you fire an artillery shell, well, good luck. We already know what it's like.
A whole chain of artillery shells.
We already know what it's like.
It's gonna stutter like crazy. The thing is, it won't be consistent. It'll just be this random stuttering.
Yeah, that would be the worst part. Like
that's what makes it worse.
Yeah. So they went from 18.35 down to 2.8. For Volcanoes, and base game initialized prototype 7% faster and 87% in less time spent on noise expression. Narva's noise programs are compiled 85% faster. Thanks to things they trimmed out, they dropped from 6,000 types of noise operations down to just over 2,000, and they now have 25% faster chunk generation on average from 4.8 down to 3.5, which means the very important thing is when you get your artillery train, and you fire it everywhere to explore the map really quickly, it's now going to happen 25% faster because those chunks are going to generate 25% faster.
25% faster by there's retaliating as well.
That's fine. By then you move the train on. But also, just as importantly, it means that Narva's chunks take 3.5 milliseconds, whereas the Volcananus takes 2.8 milliseconds.
So Volcananus is faster now.
Faster and or simpler also means that if you fire the artillery shells off on that planet, you get less lag. That's going to be important too.
There you go. You got to get artillery over there as soon as you can.
Yep. So most of it was written by scratch. Spent about 4 months working on the C++ side of map generation. Well worth it because not only do I have a faster system than something off the shelf, but it also made it more maintainable. We easily add new noise expression types as we need them. Designing it was a fun challenge. Your definition, my definition of fun, very, very different. Systems that may be a bit over-engineered just for map generation, but at least they have a solid foundation which we could reuse in other projects if they wanted to. And then we have Arendelle giving us a Merry Cogmas. Very, very Merry Cogmas, which has already been released as a mod and will turn your Christmas tree into, well, your Christmas tree, your rocket silo into a Christmas tree.
Rocket silo into a Christmas tree or just a placeable Christmas tree. I believe it had the option.
I want both.
Yeah, you can place the Cogmas tree on the ground or replace the rocket silo with a tree in a mod option.
I want both. I want to be able to place them around, launch them randomly, and launch them into space. Yeah.
Places the rocket with a tree.
Of course. But we have this lovely image. Now, this lovely image has a couple of tidbits in it. First off, we have, what was this called? The Foundry.
Foundry?
We have Foundry at the bottom right. We can tell because it's frozen over, because hell froze over. At least it's in the factory. We also have, this is a flipped chem plant, because the
flipped chemical plant.
The liquid's not on the bottom right-hand corner, so that's on the bottom left. So it's been flipped and rotated and blah, 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 blah. And then we have...
The other rotation, I believe, is down the bottom.
Yeah, it is. And this is a flipped, rotated, something, flipped again. I have no idea. I'm lost. It's a chem plant. It's definitely a chem plant. I just have no idea what orientation is in anymore. It's so twisted and turned and stuff. Yeah. Which actually means that, because they're now got a flip version, they've had to re-render all the graphics with another orientation, I assume.
I think it probably just takes what's already there and flips it.
I don't ever remember the pipes on the left-hand side going over the top, ever.
Unless it's rearranging.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, because
Yeah. See, like I said, play the game forward, backward, left to right. Yeah, I know the game back to front, along with all the assets. Speaking of assets, down the bottom left-hand corner, off the edge of the screen, we have this building here hooked up to this pipe, which has the weird gassy thing, the flex
doesn't
pipe.
look like anything that we know yet.
Well, it does. It looks like the green thingy from the Friday Facts number 372 postcard from a while ago, just a little while ago, like last Christmas. It's this green thingy, which I'm assuming it's either a container that we keep biters in, and we feed them a gas, because I think you can gas biters.
And the biter is sort of stabbing it.
Yeah. So I think you can buy gas biters. I think that's allowed. I don't think that's against the Geneva Convention, but I'm not sure. And then on the far left-hand side, which is even harder to spot, this one.
I didn't even see this one.
We have a zoomed-in image, zoomed right the way in to get this little image here. Has these red and green wires on a blue machine, which, if we go back to the postcard, is this blue machine here, a sparky goodness.
Machine from the postcard.
Yeah, so now we know what all three machines sort of look like. Sort of. In a rough way.
And presumably it's one for each planet, or it could be, one could be the lander from getting down from the space.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think the green one is we know we get resources up by launching them in a rocket, but how do we get them down? And I think the green one is the answer.
See, I like the idea of just throwing stuff off the side and just trying to land it inside furnaces and assembly machines.
No, you wouldn't be throwing it off. You'd use an inserter and you'd be placing it carefully in space where it would fall. But that's already how you dispose of things you don't need.
The extra long inserter.
No. Because then you need an extra long belt. And that's going to look stupid, Mojo. That's going to look stupid.
Well, you wouldn't have the belt. You just have the extra long inserter pick up from the platform and put it down on a belt or on the machine on the planet.
Not a big curvy belt that brings it halfway down, so it gets a good. This is why the belts don't need power. Okay, it's all run on gravity and physical mechanics. By the space platform puts all the resources high in space, and that pushes the belt down, carrying those resources, which then makes all the other belts work. Right?
Factorio was actually an ant farm, confirmed, like oxygen not included.
Yeah.
It's actually on its side.
The other thing that we have is this pump jack. Plumbing into this chem plant and then onto, this refinery. That's definitely a refinery. It's a flipped rotating one, but it's definitely a refinery. And we're putting oil straight into a chem plant. The only thing I know that does that is flamethrower fluid. Because that takes just oil.
That goes crude oil.
Yeah, but it definitely doesn't have a second pipe in, let alone a third pipe or a fourth pipe.
I wonder if we're finally getting a resource that is a liquid like oil that is something else.
Well, we already have the furnace thingy bobs, the blast furnace thingy bobs, that can give you metals.
It draws for an offshore pump, though.
Well, so it draws lava from an offshore pump. So glad they didn't call it a water pump, because they'd be screwed right now. But it draws from an offshore pump that brings in lava, that pumps it into the foundry, which will then convert it into plates or into liquid metal. So we already have liquid metal of several different varieties, plus we have lava, plus we have water, plus we have the petrochem fluids. But now we have oil plus other fluids into a chem plant to do a thing. I don't know what the thing is. I'm also very sad that all the beacons are sitting here and have no modules in them. That's
yeah,
just
that's
sad.
disappointing. That's just, I mean, they're drawing power for not achieving anything. I mean, this whole thing is entirely contrived anyway, so I'm not too concerned.
I'm super concerned. I'm super concerned. I'm also concerned. Has it been answered whether we can put quality modules in a beacon?
I don't believe so yet.
Okay. If it has, comments down in the comment section below, but I think that's what we're going to call it for this Friday Facts, because this was long, this was technical, and I'm officially done. So, Merry Christmas to everybody who's watching. We'll see you guys in, well, the 30th, the 29th.
30th?
Yeah, we've got one more Friday Facts to call out the year.
Hopefully it's a good one.
Hopefully it's a good one. Bite us.
Spiders.
One bite us. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I think we're done with this Friday Facts because I can't do any more noise operations. Mojo was far too noisy.
Yeah, I can't take all this noise anymore.
Okay, well, that's it. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next week's Friday Facts. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I have no idea how long that was, but somebody DM me. 6 hours, 10 minutes is the end. All right, what are we doing? Steam.
We're doing Dyson Sphere.
No, we're doing Steam. We're doing Steam. Winter sale.
Oh, winter sale.
Can I just list all games on sale?
No, you can't. Like, I looked up Sweet Transit, and it wasn't showing up as on sale for me at all.
Okay. That doesn't help. I want a drink as well. Stephen Zers, congratulations on being Cat of the Hill. Hotex Page! Also, welcome back for 38 months. You caught me mid-Friday Facts. And Costello. And Mr. Anderson. Again, thank you both of you for the follows. One step close to that follower goal. We're so close. So close. Where is that stupid box?
Do you have Cities Skylines 2 showing up? Because they're just 10% off, which is the most underwhelming discount in the history of discounts.
10% at the start, at least.
What is it? 69 down to 62. That's not even like Anno was at least Anno 1800 is at least 75% off.
Mm-hmm. Look at Steam with Mojo. It must be Christmas. Well, okay. So I can say, not that I've played.
A lot of things.
I can say a lot of things. Not that I've played it, but Volcanoids looks interesting. It's always looked interesting since I first saw it in. 2019. Okay, it's been a while.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. It's always looked interesting. 30% off, maybe. Micro Civilization is a great game. Great game.
Micro Civilization. Which one is the...
It's like an auto clicker, but not an auto clicker. It's a clicky game. Clicking is optional because they have added their own auto clicker straight into the game. And if you click too much, the bad things happen.
So I can't use my auto-clicker script.
No. No, you overheat the clicking button. And bad things happen. But it's one that I played... They had a free demo. And I played through it three times. Because there was a decent amount of content there. So yes, I wouldn't... I'd recommend Micro Civilization 2. I never got to do a video on it. Because I asked the dev, and he's like, no, I'm not going to give anybody a copy of the game for free whilst it's super popular. And I'm like, okay, well, I've got time now, and I know in a little while I don't have time because games are coming out, so, you know. It's like, no, like, when the hype dies down and stuff, then I'll look at requests. Taken on Mars is on my wish list. Okay, yeah, all right. Orcs Must Die. Oh, maybe we should buy 2 copies of that.
Bad game. Tectonic is 20% off. I'm indifferent about that.
Yeah, Tectonica is one I could recommend as well.
Micro Civilization's that game.
That game,
I finally found it, yeah. Everyone's been playing that lately. I don't know, I'm not really into that one. Didn't do it for me.
Did you play the demo?
No. I got to look at Novalands at some point.
Novalands. Okay, hang on. Novalands.
Railway Empire 2? I wouldn't bother with Railway Empire.
I have no idea. Neverlands, the factory builder, exploration, and island management game. Explore, engage, combat, automate your industry, planet, it's got mass multiplayer, does it?
I don't think so.
Single player, no? Okay, never mind. No.
It's very artsy. Yeah, it's the little tile grid thing. Factory builder.
Who?
Slime Rancher 2, potentially. 30% off.
I never played the
Keep
first
your eye on that one.
Slime Rancher. Hooded Horse. Hooded Horse. That's the one I'm looking for. Hooded Horse.
I never played Icarus.
Mm,
It's an interesting looking game, but meh. Actually, speaking of Frostpunk,
see.
I don't get the hype with Frostpunk. Frostpunk is just a decision simulator. It's not a city builder.
Oh, it's to decide how horrible you are as a person. That's what it is. Like,
It's trying
what
to
extremes will you
capture
go
that,
to, right, to keep the colony alive for the good of the colony, and the horrible choices are for the individual. What is your tipping scale?
It's trying to take from RimWorld, take the elements of RimWorld and ram it in another game. Just without any of the other building fun.
So what was the one?
Building is just decisions.
You mentioned that weird artsy game you were just talking about.
Novalands.
Okay, try Necessity instead.
That looks like too hard to spell. Yes, I have a cold opinion of Frostpunk.
Yeah, but rain was not good. But it seems to be fixed. I think they had a lot of issues around release. So I can recommend Micro Civilizations. I Am Future had potential, but it looks like a story-based game, and there was, I don't know, it's like Raft-ish.
SSE looks like a Game Boy Advance RPG game.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's got multiplayer. Craftopia is the game that has to do it all. It is Factorio meets MMO meets RPG meets. Yeah.
Another open world survival game, by the looks.
Oh, no. With a whole lot of belts and automation. It's heavy into the automation as well.
Plus the factory meta, which is the modern meta. It's just ticking all those boxes.
It is the game of all games mashed together, and it seems to have done well. I haven't played it, but it seems to have done well. See, what I want to do is I want to look at my games that are on sale. That's really the list I want.
So the problem with Railway Empire is the construction was very restrictive.
Pioneers of Paragon.
You were limited to like 4-track stations, and so they became massive bottlenecks, and it was the signaling was all absolute blocking, so only one train could cross a junction at a time, and just little inefficiencies like that became massive bottlenecks to the end game.
Okay, so Paragons, what was this called? Pioneers of Paragonia.
When the world leaves you no solid
That
ground
is
left to
Adventure
stand
Game, isn't
on,
it?
then
I don't
rely
know.
on your hope. That's
Send me a link
what
today.
pioneers say. We set out to find the lost tribes we once called friends, neighbors, and family.
It's a
Yeah, exploration,
city
discovery, reuniting,
In
family,
order to
builder.
build our home together. And to have a good time,
production chains,
of
and
course.
economy. This is suspiciously like Universim.
Oh, that's hitting 1.0 soon. So Settlers, it looks like Settlers.
Find out what the
Oh, yeah, it's a
mysterious
bit like
fog
Settlers,
has
isn't
in
it?
store for us.
Oh, it's from the makers of Settlers, so yeah.
Ooh,
Our
I'm gonna
people must
watch
be
this
out
one.
there somewhere.
Pop that on there. When did it come out? Oh, it just came
Side by
out.
Just came
side,
out.
We face the dangers that lie in wait for us, whatever their shape
Yeah,
or
very
form.
reminiscent of Settlers.
I can't remember if I enjoyed Settlers or not.
I did enjoy Settlers.
Because we are here to settle down
Reading the reviews,
grow
game like
together.
tutorial resources.
and to
Top is
turn
confusing.
Pagonia into a
Don't find the game
magnificent
intuitive.
home for
That basically
all of us.
describes Settlers.
Also, basically describes early access.
Yeah.
Take up the tools, pioneers.
The what? The Wessel factor keeps you entertained. Okay. Okay.
Where do they keep the nuclear vessels?
Take up the tools, pioneers.
Okay. Sure. Said here that Civilization 2 was delayed to sometime next year. I enjoyed Pomp, but it feels pointless at the end. Yeah, game right now. Harvest time. Okay. Warhammer. Ignore.
A lot of people refunded that game. It seems like
yeah.
busy. It relies heavily on busy work.
Warfare and economics. Country, blah, 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 blah. Shape your own version of World War 3, global pandemic, create custom scenario, explore up to 66 planets. What? Action, indie, simulation, strategy, early access. They have a video. Next, thank you.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
You build a road in that one, but so
Back
settlers,
then,
you didn't
what?
build roads. It was the act of people walking back and forth generated roads.
I don't know if you built a road or it just highlighted a road to the closest connection point.
In settlers, the peeps walking
Yeah,
generated
made a
roads.
road. Yeah, I understand. And I'm wondering if they've just made it a little bit more intuitive to like, if you place this building here, it's going to have a road connection to there because that's going to be the most logical walking spot.
Oh, they seem to have you building roads, so they've gone away.
Just
They've gone away from just having roads generate.
I missed that.
Life was
It's
peaceful.
entirely possible they had to do
safe,
that to
and fun.
separate themselves from settlers.
Our
They're not
nation
too similar.
thrived, and there was hope.
Because
Or
that's
so
kind
we
of one of
thought.
the key features of it.
Natural disasters hit hard worldwide. Corruption reigned
Nope.
and drained nation.
Next.
Yeah, it just looks like boring.
Kaiju Princess. Living as slave to the monster princess in a colorful coloration. Cohabitation lifestyle. An enriching, exciting game. Management, a love development game. Ignore.
This is the
Next.
most weeb thing in the history of
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Thank you for clicking the follow button when the Weeb game comes out. Does safe for work? Probably. Galactic Civilization 3, which is a 4X game. I will not play 4X games. So next.
It looks suspiciously like a booby waifu game thinly veiled as 4X.
No, Galactic Civilizations is a 4X game, whereas the one before that, whatever it was, Genshin something. Boobs, just you change screen? Perfect. Mind Over Magic.
What's that?
Oh, this one is by Clay Publishing. This one is one I want to look at. It's like Oxygen Not Included meets Harry Potter.
Oh.
Okay. Not that I give two shits about Harry Potter.
No, not. I very much don't care for Harry Potter. This. As long as it doesn't become a game like that Macchia villain.
Huh?
Where it's just sort of forced, contrived, build a thing, but it's. And everything else is contrived around it.
Add to wish list. I keep the wish list very clean. We'll tick that for now. That's what I got to look at. Because it just popped out. Yeah, it just popped out a week ago, as so many games did. Why did games launch in early access the week before Christmas?
Because why not?
Okay.
Lethal Company, House Flipper 2, next.
Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. Ignore.
City Skylines 2.
Aliens Dark Descent, which is a squad-based action strategy. Yep, top down. Leash orders in real time. Okay, yeah, no. Next. Zombie survival game online. ZSOG. Okay, open world possibly looter shooter. Taka Bear, any good? Why the hell don't you have allow mature and
I think I remember seeing that game ages ago.
why do you hell don't you have allow mature and allow ticked on for stream? What's streaming looking at those games? Because I have just carry out because I'm literally spending 5 seconds here and I have no idea that they're gonna pop up. So okay, on the face about Zozog. But on release, it's not my sort of game. Zog? Zog. Zog. Yep. Only but hard works. Played in the alpha. I didn't play the alpha. Judy doesn't have to play 4X games. It's already 4Xing enough in Dice Sphere. I don't have time for 4X. ZS Go. Sure. Haven't seen no one. We'll take a look at it. Alright, I'll wait for Takabear's recommendation because he's complained about every zombie game being shit except 7 Days to Die, which is his own special brand of shit. Disney, Dreamlight Valley. Ignore. Like, why am I going to tick on not safe for work, blah, 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 allow me to go, blah, 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 on stream, just carrier, when I'm going to get recommended by Steam that I should buy Disney Dreamlight Valley. Yeah. House Flipper 2. Ignore. The Grenop analogy. The Grenop journey of Grenops as you guide them towards the goal of deliberately expressing... What? Delightfully excessive wealth accumulation. Well, that sounds up my alley. Help small beings get rich. It's unique in-real game with interesting upgrades, visuals, match the numbers, hit the rock. When strike output shards. Shards are amazing larry purchase upgrades. So it's some sort of automation auto clicker mix. Okay, show me a video. Hit the rock, strike the rock, hurt the rock, crush the rock. Okay. Nope. Angry Birds had a baby with Pong? Yeah. Ignore. Finish you. It was close. Unlock one event trading card. Oh, yay!
If you want a real zombie game, you can get Adam Zombie Smasher.
Adam Zombie Smasher. Lies of P. Souls-like. Yep, no. Robocop. I was born in 1960. Yep, next. Oh, hang on. Hogwarts Legacy? Okay, whatever. I thought I saw Robocop. Yeah, no. Passed. What? By Like a Dragon Gadia, the man who erased his name. Yep, no. Cool. Next. Ratchet Clank, Rift Apart. Next. Diablo. Well.
Next.
I already own it. A Dead Space. Sci-fi survival horror classic returns, completely rebuilt, even more immersive experience, including visual arts, gameplay. So, Dead Space is old, is it not? I think it is.
It's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's
so it's a remake.
but I thought Dead Space wasn't that old.
Do I need to turn on not safe for work for this one? Probably. Rise the challenge. No, stay. This pitch is probably okay. Rise the Challenge and Grand Blue Fantasy Verse Rising. This powered up revamped sequel to GBVS is more enjoyable and accessible than ever before. With simplified input options, even newcomers engage in thrilling strategic matches.
What?
I don't know. It's what Steam's recommending to me. And there's a free edition.
I'm sure that collection of words means something. I just don't know what they mean.
Party animals. Ignore.
Oh, that's that game.
Lords of the Fallen.
It's one of those streamer
RPG.
party games.
No. Age of Wonders. Huh? Wait, Age of Wonders like 20 years ago. 4X. Ignore. And oh yeah, this is gonna. I can see the next image. This is gonna end bad. Ignore. Okay, cool. Yeah. See, that's Age of Wonders
Easy.
4. Whatever. All right. New release queue, discovery queue, Cyverge. Action packs, roguelike.
So I sort of alluded to it before, but in case anyone's not clear on it, if you go through the boobies in passing and you don't dwell on it, it's actually fine. They're really loose with the technology.
Yeah. Dude, Erigan, I don't want to see this channel banned. I'm not going to get banned. I was watching a streamer. Okay, so we had the whole Twitch controversy thing, right? About, you could, Anno 800 is on sale. I own it on some platform, and I didn't enjoy it. I own Epic, I think. Says I've logged in the wrong Epic account. I've been logging in the wrong Epic account for months on end. Maybe even a year at this stage. Okay, so...
No, 75% off.
Oh, that's cheap. I don't know where I was going with the sentence. I was watching a streamer, okay? We had the whole Twitch controversy about, what was her name? Whatever, something pie, streaming naked, who then insisted she was wearing a boob tube the whole time, even though gravity dictated otherwise. And then Twitch said it was fine, and then Twitch said it was not fine. So I was watching a streamer. Yesterday? It was yesterday or the day before. I was watching somebody, they rated out, blah, 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 blah. I got sent over to some channel, somebody who was definitely doing definitely in a boob tube, even though gravity said otherwise, who, as I was watching, channel gets set to follower only. They got an email from Twitch with a warning, because it was not set to 18 plus. And then they got the channel went followers only mode. Twitch beta this year has been on point. It's always been on point. So the channel got set to followers only mode, whilst they were streaming. And then the streamer's sitting there, she's confused as what the hell's happening. She's trying to turn off followers only mode, blah, 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 blah. And then the streamer suddenly went offline without warning. Just going to Twitch clips. It's on the most viewed clips. That's how I found out about the whole thing existing. I got recommended the clips. Have I looked at Foundation? Probably. I have looked at Ratopia, which looks interesting. It's a demo. Yoink. Cool. This one looks interesting. It looks like a cross between Oni and Factorio. JD's stream tag has pants optional. Correct. Foundry.
You also have backseat gaming and then no backseat gaming.
Foundation. That's the one. It's in my library. Yeah, I do. Because that way you can backseat game and also I can ignore you. Demo stream later? No. Foundation, it says that I own it. 0 hours on record.
Something about that game doesn't do it for me. It's just kind of tedious.
I think it's probably improved. It's a 2019.
I always come back to it. It's always the same. I think you got to build like little circular clusters of micro towns, if I remember right. It ends up being this very contrived, specific builds.
Notifications. Off. Awesome. Yeah, it seemed to be like this is the cutting area, and this is that area, and this is that area, and you have to designate areas for things rather than blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
you got to
blah.
zone areas and
Yeah,
and then you can build a big estate area as well.
I don't know about it. I don't know about it. I've seen it played, but yeah. So the Ratopia is an interesting one. Okay, what page did I come from? I came from Ratopia. Okay. Ratopia is one I want to check out. Players like you, Big Ambitions was meant to be really popular, but I never looked at it. Even after it became popular. Pharaoh, I remember Caledon playing Pharaoh and him enjoying it.
It's not bad. The remake one. I haven't played it since the last update. It's
Oh, Orcs Must Die 3. That was another one I was looking at getting. At 65% off. Yeah. Top sellers doesn't really help me. Okay, so category. Okay, Bridesborough category. Can I have city and settlement? Let's go city and settlement. Here, yeah, I got a claim a reward. Cool, I got some cookies. Frostpunk, Going Medieval, Farthest Frontier, which I haven't bought. Straight Out Alien Dawn, Age of Empires, Anno, Civ, AoE 2, Planet Zoo, Against the Storm, which I own and did enjoy. Okay. Anno is definitely on sale. Factorio takes more time than 4X. 4X games they take a long time, and I don't have the time. I'd like to play Stronghold, but I don't have the time. All right. Frostpunk. I own the first version somewhere. I haven't played it. Dome Keeper's meant to be good, but again, I haven't played it. Surviving the Aftermath. I don't remember. I remember the game, but I've never played it. Stacklands look funny. Australian Alien Dawn is on my wish list. Because that was RimWorld in 3D. New and trending. Let's try new and trending. Raptopia is the same as Oni. I've seen it at a decent level of development. I got Frostpunk free last month on Epic. I probably did the same. So Penguins comes out. So Penguin United Kingdom. It looks interesting. I played the demo, I don't know, 2 weeks ago prior to release. But it's not out till January. Is there a way to say sale? New and trending on sale. So it excludes stuff like Steamworld builds. Special offers. Hey, we can do sale. Okay. Railgrade's not bad. Railgrade's not bad as a train game with puzzles. It's a puzzle game.
Which one?
Railgrade.
Oh, right.
You probably played it 2 years ago when it came to Epic. Builderman's not bad, but you are buying a mobile game. You've been warned. JD missed it. Typical JD. What I missed? Has it camera turned on? Correct. Volcanoids. I haven't played Volcanoids. I've seen it over the years. It has development. That's all I can tell you. I haven't missed anything. Foundation. I looked at Foundation. Double Forge stream when? Fat Boy Not Slim. Wrong button. Your channel. Search. There, or there, or there, or there, or there, or there. That's V Rising. Look at the Steam messages. There's a Steam message. Huh? Or maybe we get reimbursed. Oh, I literally just turned off the messages. Notifications? 3 new gifts. Organoids. August must die. And Stacklands. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right, now I have to buy a second copy of August must die. I get one for Sassy. All right, back to here. I'll accept those shortly. Thank you guys. It's very much appreciated. Oh, infection-free zone. That looks like it's going to be very good. Whatever category am I in at the moment, I want to keep looking at this category. Or just rearranged everything. Okay. Space Station's Tycoon looked like crap. That's why I didn't cover it. I don't know. I don't have... Yeah. And searching by all games that are on sale is going to be pointless. Top sellers. With 900 on offer. Oh god. Dyson Sphere? Dyson Sphere's on sale. You should grab Dyson Sphere. What's
Yeah,
infection-free zone? Oxygen Includers on sale. Timberborn's on sale. Ixion's on sale. Tectonos on sale. Well, this is a much better way of doing this. Dwarf Fortress on sale. And it's in my library as well. I have 0 hours playtime in it. Sea Skylands 2 is on sale. Rimworld's on sale. Infection-free zone is a RTS zombie game. That's probably the best way of putting it. What was the game? Floodlands. Floodlands. I played Floodlands a little while ago. Desync's on sale. Terra Nil's on sale. That's a short game. Play that on Netflix instead. There Are Billions is on sale. 25% off. I'd wait on that one. It's very old now. Capital Industries on sale. Workers and Resources on sale. Wandering Village is not bad and on sale. Diplomacy is not an option. Great game if you enjoyed. I think it was literally just full release this month. Which one? Zombie Colony Survival. A strategy game ish. Yeah, ish. I think it literally just full release this month. Whatever it was. No, I think it's coming soon. I think it's out. All right, it's gone. So Capital Industry, Diplomacy is not an option. If you enjoyed They Are Billions, Diplomacy is not an option. Is a really good game.
Remember when They Are Billions was fun?
Oh, it still is fun.
Just don't play the campaign, I guess.
What? Trash, and there's a shit ton of linen to unpack. Oh dear. Well, look, they're paying you by the hour. If somebody's trashed it, then not your problem. You charge the boss extra time, the boss charges the place extra time. All right. But I see Jenny been for a while, partially waiting for Captain Update 2. I've been rewatching the Creator series. I hope you're enjoying it. I won't give away the ending a second time. Project Hospital had great idea, but far too technical. Empire's the Undergrowth, not a bad game, but I wouldn't buy it 20% off. I'd wait for a larger sale. Universe Sim is about to hit 1.0 in January. I want to Top review on Rotopia is hilarious. That's half the problem. It's because we are only allocated a time frame per cabin. Then do the time. If it's not done, walk out. So it's not finished, not your problem. Exactly. Chat agrees with me. Do you say news? Release date trailer. Mikey Carter's for the 1.0 announcement trailer. But did you say date for the trailer? 1.0 has been announced. It's been under development for a decade. 22nd of January. So Universe Sim hits 1.0 22nd January, which means I probably do a video somewhere around that. And we'll probably do something on Twitch because you can name the people that walk around on the planet after those in Twitch. That's been implemented for a long time. Haven Dock looked good. Looked really good. 20% off, probably. Per Asper, I've been suggested I play like 3,000 times. I never got around to it. Jurassic World Evolution 2 sucked. They don't take... No, as in they don't take... What? Only allocated time frame per cabin. They enjoy Occupy Mars. Okay, so... As in they don't take decorations and things that they have brought in. The fridge was full too. I have no idea. Per Asper is pretty short if you got a weekend. Oh, okay, it's that short. Stardaze. Highly recommend Stardaze. If you enjoy RimWorld, it is RimWorld either before you crash on a planet or after you take off from the planet. Whichever way you want to think about it. Factory Town is really old now, but it's 60% off. Definitely a game.
It's not bad.
If you enjoy Factorio, Factory Town. Aquatico is the bad one. Don't get Aquatico. Get the other one, the scary looking one. Rail Route is the train. I don't know. What do you call it? Train network manager.
Game? Network. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something interesting. Speaking of, Last Starship is 40% off.
I played it. I didn't get it.
It is a.
It was really broken
an
for me.
Intravision.
It was
an Intravision game, which means it has a concept and doesn't really have a point to work with, as all their games do.
It's made by the same people who made Prison Architect.
Yes.
Bye, dear. I love you. Factory sounds a nice little game. Simpler than Factorio. Yeah, simpler than Factorio. Actually, it gets more complicated as it works on.
It gets really complicated.
But it's much more gradual. Surviving the Abyss. That's the good underwater game. Get that one instead. Yeah, that one's scary. Bee Island was meant to be hilarious. Infraspace, no. Astro Colony is the spacey one. 30% off, maybe. The Colonist only played a couple of videos. It was like Autobots.
The Colonist. That came out quite a while, like 2017, 2018.
2018, yeah.
2018. Yeah, it's whatever the game is.
The Autobots one.
Yeah, it's just
with a little chick that makes the wooden bots.
That's Autonauts.
Autonauts, that's the one. It's similar to that.
It's a fun game. It's it's more like one of those Timberborn type builders.
First games, Factorio. Yes, the 3 Azure. Too bad, amazing. Civilization Simulator 2 was delayed. I still don't know that game. Link me the game. The Colonists, Proceed, Autobots, Autonauts. Yeah. Lords and Villains. Haven't played it. Wouldn't play it. Those sort of graphics, they just turn me off straight away. Cardboard Town was interesting. Floodland has still got mixed reviews. One Military Camp, I played all the way through, start to end. It's not bad. thought we had build them in the list. Okay. Honey and Jonah Cole is like the other one. What were you asking before? Sweet Transit? Or Station Station?
I noticed Sweet Transit was discounted.
So Sweet Transit 40% off. If you enjoy train games, sure. When I played it, it lacked potential. It's had many updates since. Occupy Mars. I don't know. You'll do. Open a new link. Occupy Mars the game. I haven't played it. That would be my answer. Oh, this is like Space Engineers. It's like Space Engineers.
Yeah, kinda.
And single player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing that purely because I don't have the time.
It's another one of those do crap for 1,000 years to get some more. To then spend another 1,000 years crafting.
Homesick. Recently released. I'm under featured.
Okay, I think it's time for.
Oh no, that was the one I was talking about. If you like building.
Also, Plate Up.
Plate Up. That's a multiplayer, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, play that with your partner. You're guaranteed to get divorced. Or the plate be thrown at your head.
Sounds like you know from experience.
No, but I've seen it played.
Oh, yeah. You can automate the entire restaurant.
Okay. Amazing Civilization Simulator.
Cultivation.
Whatever. Cultivation Simulator. Okay.
Mostly negative. Is it being review bombed or is it
recent reviews? It does not look good. Oh, RimWorld with cultivation. I didn't. RimWorld's too fucking complicated.
RimWorld's better without the DLCs. It appears to be in Chinese.
Yep, no, pass. Okay, you show me flashy things. None of it made any sense.
It's a bit chaotic.
I don't know. I'm so far down the list. Wow. Oh, that's right. They went release 1.0. Oh yeah. Yep. Rise of Industry was meant to be good.
Rise of... Oh, is that stupid...
no, that's a different one.
No, that's the stupid truck game.
Huh? Is it?
Rise of Industry. Spam 1 million trucks just
for
like,
an enterprising tycoon. Each new
game from 1 billion years ago.
Day brings new opportunities and quest for
it's just Industry Giant. Low poly. It's low poly Industry Giant.
Voxel Tycoon, which is not on sale. Oh no, it is 10% off. Voxel Tycoon's another option.
Voxel Tycoon's fun.
I found a neat little game called Overcrowd, a commuter map, fun little subway making game. Yeah, I've seen that one too. Party Hours, hilarious map fighting game.
No, fun game.
Nope. Give bad reviews outside of China. Well, then the chance of me actually enjoying it is probably slim. I live close to China. Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go? No problem, mate. I've got to get
coffee and all that.
Back to Dusty. I got to run an ad. I got to find a drink. I need to. Yep. So my is it Command Steam?